The lights inside the America's Got Talent auditorium shimmer softly as the doors at the back open, and an elderly man slowly walks toward the stage. His steps are calm, almost hesitant, as though every footfall carries years of stories unknown to the world. The audience watches quietly. They don't cheer like they normally do. Instead, they observe him with curiosity, trying to understand who this man is and why someone his age, someone with hands roughened by time, would choose a massive global stage like this to perform. He pauses at the very center of the stage. Under the bright lights, his trembling smile reveals a mixture of nerves and dignity. His clothes are simple, an old button-up shirt, slightly faded jeans, and well-worn shoes that look like they've carried him across thousands of days of work. His hands, scarred and calloused, hang by his sides. The judges take in the sight of him, and even Simon Cowell, known for his firm, intimidating presence, leans slightly forward, trying to understand the story behind this unexpected contestant. Simon asks him gently, "Sir, what is your name?" The man clears his throat. His voice is soft, with a Filipino accent that carries a warmth shaped by decades of humility. "My name is Lolo Mar, sir." A few people in the audience smile when they hear the term, Lolo, which means grandfather in Filipino. But for this man, it is not just a title, it is part of his identity, something he's carried through years of nurturing others, even when life gave him little to hold onto for himself. Simon asks again, "And how old are you?" 74, he replies, bowing politely. The audience reacts with gentle applause. 74, an age when many people slow down, rest, and step away from responsibilities. But here he is, an old carpenter from a small village in the Philippines, standing in front of the world's most iconic talent show, ready to take a chance. He continues before anyone can ask him more. "I worked my whole life as a carpenter. I built houses, furniture, anything people need. But," he pauses, his voice cracking slightly, "but I always had a dream to sing on a big stage, even just once." The softness of his words fills the room. The audience shifts in their seats. Something about him, his presence, his sincerity, pulls at their hearts. This is not just another audition. There is a weight here, an emotional gravity that everyone suddenly recognizes. He continues, "Life was hard in the province. I started working when I was 9. No school, no opportunities. When my wife got sick, I worked 3 jobs. When my children grew up, they worked far away. And when she passed," he stops again, pressing his lips together tightly to hold back tears. His eyes dim for a moment, but then he lifts his head. "I promised her I would keep singing. She always told me, 'Your voice is a blessing. Don't bury it with your problems.' So today, I am here because I want to make her proud." The camera captures Simon Cowell's reaction. His usually stern expression softens, and there is a quiet respect in his eyes. The audience, too, is deeply moved. They can feel that this man is not chasing fame. He is chasing a memory, a promise, a love that continues beyond time. One of the judges smiles warmly and asks, "And what song will you be singing today?" He takes a deep breath. "I will sing, 'You Raise Me Up.' It was my wife's favorite." The audience murmurs with emotion. It is a powerful song, one often chosen for special moments. But no one could guess how deeply this version would touch their hearts. The music begins softly, a gentle piano, a slow build. The old man closes his eyes for a moment, almost as if whispering something to his wife, somewhere beyond the lights. Then, with unexpected strength, he begins to sing. His voice is not perfect. It is not polished. It is raw, trembling, filled with gravel and age. But it carries something far more powerful than technical skill. It carries truth, pain, endurance, devotion, and the echo of a lifetime of sacrifices. The entire audience becomes silent. Not a single cough, whisper, or rustle breaks the stillness. It's as if the whole world is holding its breath, letting this man's journey fill the room. Simon Cowell's eyes widen. He is not just listening, he is feeling. The sound is imperfect yet extraordinary, a reminder that music is about emotion, not perfection. Every lyric that leaves the old man's lips seems to come straight from his soul. "You raise me up, so I can stand on mountains." His voice cracks at the word, raise, but instead of diminishing the performance, it deepens the emotional impact. The audience sees him, his struggles, his love, his losses, everything rising with each note. A woman in the crowd wipes her tears. A young man in the front row places his hands together as if in prayer. A mother pulls her child closer, whispering something about strength and faith. As he moves into the chorus, something extraordinary happens. His voice grows stronger, richer, almost defying his age. It carries decades of longing, hardship, and gratitude. The judges exchange glances. They know they are witnessing something rare, a performance not driven by ambition but by heart. Simon's eyes glisten. He leans back and exhales, overwhelmed by the emotional weight of the moment. His face reveals something almost never seen from him, vulnerability. By the time the old man reaches the final lines of the song, many people in the room are quietly crying. His voice grows softer, more fragile, like a flame flickering but refusing to go out. When the music ends, he holds the last note with all the strength left in him, and then lowers his head humbly. Silence. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. Then the entire auditorium erupts. People rise to their feet instantly. A standing ovation so powerful that even the old man looks around in disbelief, unsure whether the applause is truly for him. His eyes widen. He begins to cry, not loudly, but with soft tears that fall down his wrinkled cheeks. He tries to bow, but the emotion overwhelms him. He presses a hand to his chest, whispering, thank you so much. One of the judges speaks first, her voice choked. Sir, I don't even know where to begin. You didn't just sing a song. You opened your heart for all of us. And we felt every bit of it. The audience cheers again. Another judge adds, at 74, to come here and give a performance like that, you're an inspiration to every person who ever thought they were too old to dream. Then it's Simon's turn. He takes a deep breath, swallows hard, and looks directly at the old Filipino carpenter standing before him. He begins slowly, choosing his words with care. I've judged thousands of people. I've heard voices from every corner of the world. But I don't remember the last time I felt something like this. He pauses, visibly emotional. The camera focuses on his eyes, glassy, reflective, filled with empathy. You reminded all of us why music matters. You reminded us what real talent is. Not fame, not perfection, but honesty, heart, purpose. The crowd cheers loudly, and your wife, Simon's voice cracks slightly. He blinks hard. Your wife would be so proud of you. A tear falls down the old man's cheek. He covers his face for a moment, unable to hold back the emotion. Then Simon stands up. The audience instantly understands what is happening. A wave of excitement and anticipation runs through the room. Simon walks to the center of the judges' panel. He puts both hands on the golden buzzer, looks at the old man one last time, and says, for reminding us that dreams never expire, this is for you. He slams his hands down. The golden buzzer explodes. Gold confetti bursts into the air like a storm of shining memories. The audience screams, cheering with all their hearts. The old man stares upward, watching the falling golden pieces with disbelief and overwhelming gratitude. He lifts his hands slowly, letting the confetti land on his palms, those same hands that built furniture, repaired roofs, and sacrificed dreams for decades. Now, they hold gold. Emotional music fills the hall as stagehands rush to congratulate him. A young host hugs him. Crew members applaud. The audience chants, Lolo Mar, Lolo Mar, Lolo Mar, over and over, filling the entire space with love. Simon wipes his eyes, not hiding it, not pretending. For one moment, the toughest judge on television looks just as human, just as vulnerable, as anyone else. As the old man walks off the stage, he turns back one last time. He looks at the judges, the audience, the confetti, and whispers softly, almost to himself. I did it, Mahal. I did it. The camera captures the smallest, gentlest smile on his face. Not a smile of triumph, but a smile of fulfillment, of a promise kept. Backstage, the producers ask him how he feels. He answers with a trembling voice, this is for all the people who think the dreams are too late. If you are still breathing, then dream again. His words spread through the internet like wildfire. Clips of his audition go viral, spreading across social media platforms worldwide. People call him the Golden Carpenter, the Filipino grandfather of dreams, and the man who made Simon tear up. Across the Philippines, thousands of people watch the video. Some wipe away tears, some smile proudly. Families gather around their screens, pointing at him and saying, "He's like my grandfather, he's like my dad, he's like us." Carpenters, farmers, vendors, jeepney drivers, nurses, teachers, they all feel connected to him. Because his story is not just his own. It is the story of every Filipino who worked hard quietly, who sacrificed everything, who carried dreams but never had the chance to chase them. The international audience also embraces his journey. People from different cultures comment things like, "This man reminds me of my grandfather. Thank you for this beautiful moment. This is the purest performance I've ever seen on AGT." Talent shows need more stories like this, real, humble, full of heart. Production teams start requesting interviews. News networks feature him. His life story spreads everywhere. But through all of this, the old carpenter remains the same humble man he always was. He still wakes up early. He still drinks hot coffee slowly. He still whispers prayers for his family. Fame does not change him. If anything, it highlights his simplicity even more. As the AGT live shows approach, his preparation continues. But he doesn't train like young contestants. He doesn't hire coaches or stylists. He sits at home, listening to his wife's old favorite songs. He sings to her picture. He practices with the same voice, the same heart, the same sincerity. When he returns to the AGT stage for the first time since receiving the golden buzzer, the audience welcomes him with thunderous applause. People wave Filipino flags. Some hold signs that say, "Lolo Mar we love you," and "Dreams have no age." And once again, as the lights brighten and the music begins, he closes his eyes, not to block out the world, but to see clearly the one person who has always believed in him. He sings another song of hope, loss, and love. And as he performs, the judges sit in awe. They know they are witnessing a man who does not perform for praise, but for purpose. Every note, every breath, every tear is real. By the time he finishes, the audience is already on their feet. The applause is thunderous. People shout, "We love you. You're amazing. Thank you." Simon looks at him with renewed admiration. "You," he says, "are everything this show is supposed to be." And in that moment, the old Filipino carpenter, who once worked quietly in a faraway village, who once believed his dreams were buried, stands tall under the brightest lights in the world. Not because he chased fame, but because he chased love, because he kept a promise, because he believed, finally, that he deserved to dream, too. And as he exits the stage once more, the golden confetti still clinging gently to his clothes, he whispers softly into the air, "For you, my love, always."